If you want a story that focuses on the actual reality of tertiary life or tertiary education, please watch Bad Gang. Hey guys, welcome back to Sahara Movies. I'm Lydia and it's been a long time, but I'm here. I'm here with Bad Gang. It's a YouTube series, and initially I didn't want to review it, but I realized that it's an interesting story that might interest you as well. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe for more videos and more updates. In this video, I'll give you a summary of the 7 episodes they've released. They've released from episode 1 to episode 7. So I'll give you a complete summary and then we'll wait for the next episode. So this series is about tertiary life. What goes on in tertiary life, when you leave your parents' house or your parents' home, or when you leave your home and you come to tertiary and then you're on your own, like the ups and downs and all that. In this film, there are 2 ladies who came from, the same family but different parents, like those family relations, like friends, family relation. There are people like that. They make it look like they are biologically related, but they are just relatives. So their parents, when you are going to school, they give you the guidance and the warnings and the encouragement, and they try to fill you with lots of determinations. But tertiary is like you're on your own. So when you're not careful, you might just go wayward without realizing it. And when you are being prompted, you'll be like, are you the one taking care of me? Are you the one paying my fees? And that's what went on in this series. So these 2 ladies, Uriel and Nancy, they happen to be in the same room with Cassandra, who is also battling with broken home. Like, she had home issues. Her mom wasn't taking care of her well, so it has really affected her psychologically. These 3 ladies come together and we see the real life itself. There's also a gentleman called Martins and another one called Flex, who are also roommates. Yes, so it's like they tell us how these people associate with each other. That really relates to tertiary life. And I think this movie is very good. Their acting is on point. The storyline, like, you cannot really assume what will happen in the next episode, or you cannot really predict what will happen in the next episode. It comes with lots of surprises every time. So let me go back to the story. Let me go back on track. Nancy and Uriel, they have in mind that they are going to stay virgins until they are done with school with first class and all that. That's the goal of every student when they enter school. They want to finish with first class. But when you go, the troubles you go through alone is even more than the first class. Initially, they were not really coping well with their roommate Cassandra, who didn't happen to like people. Like, she didn't really want to have company and all that. But gradually they became friends. They tell us how in school, when you're on your own, you are getting your parents to feed you and all that, the chances of going wayward is very high. And we see different type of attitudes in this film. Martins, on one hand, he's a very brilliant person. He's brilliant academically, but he is very dull psychologically, or let me say mentally. I don't know how to say, his reasoning skills for books are different from his reasoning skills for life. He thinks life is always smooth. He will learn, get his grades, pass, finish, go and do his service, get a job. That is how he sees life. And I know gradually he'll have an open mind about what the real life is. Real life is not about going and learning alone, not making friends, not trying to make connections. Like, when you complete school, it's like you've done a useless job apart from your book. So it means when you complete school without your certificate, you are nothing. But his roommate, on the other hand, Flex, he's not academically good, but he's open-minded about life. He knows that after school there are lots of struggles outside the world. That is when he's going to face the world most. So he tries to make money while in school. He tries to do his first start thing, even though it's illegal. At least he has it in mind that he needs to make money and not depend on anyone. as Martins is always calling his parents, "Mom, the money hasn't come," and all that. And parents too, they have, it's not easy like that. So when you're out of the house and they feel their pockets should also rest, and you call them like that, it's quite a nuisance. Even though you could be their child, they won't be honest with you, but it's quite a nuisance. So I think Martins too should copy Flex. There's nothing very bad about one person. Even if the thing is very bad, there's one good thing you can learn from the person. And even if someone is very good, there's one bad thing of the person. Like I'm trying to say, no one is perfect. So even though Flex is not academically good, he's doing his foster business and all that, I feel Martins should pay attention to the fact that Flex is making a side gig. He's making money. And Martins can do that. Instead of writing, I'll get there. Martins can also copy that as well. He can also decide to make money. Martins got a girlfriend, Euro, and Euro there's this saying that character is like pregnancy. No matter how long it takes, it will be visible. Euro is displaying her real character. So she decides to play Martins because Martins is a very intelligent person. Martins writes. Martins sits in her exam for her and makes her pass her test and all that. But she's cheating on Martins. And I would say cheating because she agreed to be Martins' girlfriend. If they were just friends and then she was passing elsewhere, it would be fine. But you agreed to be his girlfriend and then you do this to him. We'll see how this movie ends. For me, I think Euro, she really needs to be taught a lesson. Euro finds a guy, Lawrence, who is apparently very rich, impregnates her, makes her abort the child, and now tries to avoid her. But in the previous episode 7, Lawrence tries to come back to Euro. Like Lawrence decides to come back to Euro, and Euro is like she has opened her arms. If someone has done you wrong before, what is the chances that he's not going to do that the second time? I feel Lawrence, that's his character. He will just use you and dump you. And Euro is serving her a lesson for using Martins. Now let me go back to where I was advising Martins to make money. The way Martins likes learning like this and he sits in exams for people, why can't he use that as a source of income for himself? Yes, there's no bad job. Why can't he use this as a source of income for himself? Let's put Euro aside. He can do this as a side business. He's done with his exam. He's sitting for you. You give him money, maybe 1,000 naira or something. And he'll stop calling his parents. Martins needs to grow out of the should I say in a nutshell? Martins needs to grow. Like he needs to realize that he's in tertiary now. He's on his own now. So I advise Martins to make hay while the sun shines. Right now that he's still in the school and people need his assistance in exam, he should take money from it. Eventually when you are caught, imagine when you are caught and there are no returns. It's like you've done a wasted job. But when you eventually are caught and you know that you have made means somehow, you feel accomplished. You wouldn't be too bitter when caught. So the advice I give to Martins is he should make hay at the fact that he's intelligent, he's good academically, and he can sit in for people and then charge them instead of calling his parents every now and then. Now on the part of Flex has an outward appearance that looks negative, like the way he has done his hair and all that. You think he's a bad person, but I realize Flex has a very good heart. He listens, he's very compassionate, yes. So it also tells us that we shouldn't judge people by their appearance. Appearance can be deceptive. Like Flex like this, he always wants to offer a helping hand, and I like that attitude of Flex. I like the way this film is. It tells us, like, you feel the reality in the film. I really, really enjoy this film. You feel the reality, like, even if you haven't been to a university before, you know how connected this can be to you, the one, or you, the viewer. Yeah. Now Martins has found out that his girlfriend is cheating on him, but he's still playing along, acting like nothing happened, and it is upsetting me. It's beginning to upset me. Like, even if you are stupid, should your stupidity extend to this level? Like, how? You've made someone give you evidence that your girlfriend is cheating, and she's using you because of her academic qualifications, and you are still going on with this. Even if you won't, I don't agree on revenge, but just stay away from her. There are some people you shouldn't think that there will be future something. There's no future something. When you realize this person is not good for you, just let them go. You are with this. You realize she has gone to have an abortion, and she came to tell you she's a virgin. She can lie to you anytime. She can lie on you self anytime. So just let her go. I think Martin should just let Euro go. Accept the fact that he has had a serious heartbreak or something, instead of Euro using him here and there. I want you to do this, write my notes, write my assignment, write my exam. Like, it's really beginning to piss me off. I hope he has a master plan with this. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing, because anytime Flex advises him, he's like, I know what I'm doing. So I hope Martins really knows what he's doing. Now let's come to Cassandra. So Cassandra is the one who came from an abusive home, not like physical violence, but something that really affected her mental health, and she has been able to live with it till tertiary, and it's been haunting her. So the issue is, her mom was this, she trades her body for money, and eventually the people started doing it to her, because they cannot come to the house, and you a pretty lady, you'll be there, and like it's like, you get it. There are men who want to take advantage. So she still has this trauma in her head. Every time she thinks about it, she's in pain, she's drinking and all that. But eventually she has been able to find a place in her heart to forgive her mom. Sometimes when you forgive, you realize it was even the easiest thing you should have done long time. But holding on to it makes you depressed, it makes you stressed, it makes you like, you feel incomplete. But when you forgive, you feel a burden has been taken off your shoulders. Like, I'm happy Cassandra has been able to forgive her mom. And now they are in their quest to find her father. So we'll see. We know now that Nancy's dad is also Cassandra's dad. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it's going to end in the next episode. I think Bad Gang is a nice series that you can just decide to watch all. It's very nice, very, very nice. And it's not something boring, even though it's not like there are not so many characters in it. It's interesting. I really, really enjoy the film. It's one of the series that I anticipate for the next episode. I'll say yes, it's one of the series I anticipate for the next. You see, some series are there, whether they bring the next episode next year, you don't really care. But Bad Gang, you are really anticipating for the next episode, especially Uriel. What you want to happen to Uriel? I just want Lawrence to teach Uriel a lesson. Yeah, so let me know your thoughts on this Bad Gang. Have you seen it yet? Have you watched it? I know Nigerians, they force well, like they are really trying. They really do well with this series, and yeah. So let me know your general thoughts on this. Yeah, so my name is Lydia once again. I'll end here for today. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe for more videos and more updates. Till next time, bye.